Lately, Justin Timberlake has been making the headlines, and not for the right reasons. The year started with rumors of him and his wife Jessica Biel going their separate ways after facing what seemed like a severe rocky path. Although nothing has been confirmed, things went from bad to worse when he got an embarrassing DWI in June. These events come off the back of severe backlash he faced in 2023 for the truth that was revealed in Britney Spears' memoir about what went down in 2002. The details are so disturbing that one can't help but wonder if Timberlake's current suffering is just karma doing its thing. To be the judge of that, we have to go back to the early 90s when his story began. It all began on the set of the Mickey Mouse Club in 1992. Britney and Timberlake were both cast along with J.C. Chase, Ryan Gosling, and Christina Aguilera. They were 11 years old when they first met, and it would be quite cheesy to say they fell in love immediately, but the reality was that they felt an instant connection. Timberlake was her first kiss. Britney had described how Justin had leaned in to kiss her during a sleepover. Once at a sleepover, we played Truth or Dare, and someone dared Justin to kiss me. A Janet Jackson song was playing in the background as he leaned in and kissed me. It was quite a memorable experience for Britney, and it also helped that Timberlake felt the same way. The Mirrors singer once shared that he had been in love with her from the very beginning, but they were just kids and couldn't get into something serious. However, that was the beginning of their love story. Fast forward to 1998, when they were not so little anymore, the duo reunited and they began sparking dating rumors. They had gone their separate ways when the Mickey Mouse Club era ended, but they had found their way back to each other and reconnected when Britney opened for NSYNC, Timberlake's boy band's concert tour. When they reconnected, every feeling they had previously suppressed came rushing back. However, the lovebirds initially decided to keep their love a secret. Everyone was already suspicious of their friendship and was constantly badgering them with questions about the relationship status. One time, Britney responded that she had no feelings for the pop star at all. Overseas, they say it's Nick Carter of the Backstreet Boys. I have no feelings at all. She had feelings because when they later made the relationship public, she shared how thrilled she was when he asked her out in 1999. It was before the release of her hit debut album. She had been doing a radio show when he asked to see her. He popped the question and she couldn't resist her joy. After several months of constantly denying their romance, they made their debut as a couple at the 2000 MTV Video Music Awards. After that moment, they went everywhere together. They were constantly seen being openly affectionate and even more matching outfits to some events. Britney often described Timberlake as an anchor whenever she's feeling nervous or uncertain about her decisions. One perfect incident to back up this claim was during the 2001 MTV Video Music Awards, which involved her coming in with several live exotic animals, including a tiger. She had flawlessly performed on stage, but during later interviews, she revealed that Timberlake had given her a pep talk right before the performance. I will tell you this, before I went on that night, I was feeling kind of out of body with nerves. I mean, I was in a cage with a live lion. Justin saw I could hardly talk, so he held my hand and he gave me a 5-minute pep talk, which worked. The icing on the cake was that both their careers were going great as they both performed at the Super Bowl halftime show in 2001. Also that year, Justin produced a song on Britney's third album and fans couldn't be more thrilled. Then the relationship became even more fast-paced when they moved in together. By early 2002, there were engagement rumors. To Hollywood fans, they were a match made in heaven and would be able to weather any storm. They even had really cute pet names for each other, Pinky and Stinky. So what could go wrong? Unfortunately, everything did. The first news of their separation came when in 2002, Britney revealed that she was not in an intense relationship with anyone at the moment. That revelation came as a shocking blow to those who were rooting for them. But what came after was even more heartbreaking. No one ever questioned the fact that they loved each other. They were constantly gushing over each other's great attributes. So when rumors of a cheating scandal began to go around, it was almost unbelievable. In June of 2002, Timberlake began to open up about the breakup, constantly talking about how heartbroken he was and how he would always love her. But he never mentioned the real reason they split. In July, Britney mentioned that their breakup had been amicable. We're climbing 2 different mountains. Of course, it's gonna kind of hurt sometimes. And you wonder things, but you learn from it and grow. I'm trying to get to that point. As vague as her statements were, people immediately assumed that Timberlake was the one who was caught cheating, and fans went into a rage. However, Justin quickly changed the narrative in November of 2002. Justin had just decided to go solo, and he was going to release his new debut album. Naturally, he'd grant interviews, but instead of talking about his album, the conversation would end up being about him and Britney's split. He never outrightly said why they broke up, but he played the victim card so much that everyone forgot he was the one initially being blamed. In one interview, he said, "Honestly, I mean, we're not perfect. I don't judge anybody. It's just young love. It was a very intense relationship, that's for sure." That was him carefully hinting that Britney was the problem. Then he shared a song called "Horrible Woman," which didn't make the album's final cut. While he denied the song was about his ex, the lyrics showed otherwise. "So you had your chance to be my lover. I guess you needed something more undercover. And that ain't cool. So let's skip the drama. Call your mama." With that, people were certain Britney was the one who hurt him. So when he released his debut album, Justified, everyone wanted to listen to it. They had all felt sorry for the lover boy who had gotten hurt. What more could they do than to support him in his music career? He also released the video for his new song, Cry Me a River, a little bit later. The young man had gone as far as using Britney's lookalike for the video. Of course, he denied it, but people could see the similarities. The blonde actress in the video had dressed in the same style as Britney and had a tattoo similar to Britney's. In the video, the blonde was also cheating on him, so his plans to hide his motives seriously fell through. People ate up this story. The song was a hit and the video garnered so many views. The musician soon became a worldwide sensation. What further cemented Britney's guilt was that in a few interviews she granted, she did nothing to fight the claim that she was the reason their relationship had come to an end. She only shared her disappointment with how he was handling things. "It was hard for me that he was so exploitive. Every interview that he did, he was just talking about us in such an open way, and I just felt, is nothing sacred anymore?" It was weird. It was disappointing. After successfully milking the breakup, Timberlake moved on with Cameron Diaz in 2003, and after a while, Britney married Kevin Federline in 2004. The world also moved, and they all thought that was the end of anything Britney and Justin related. They were very wrong. For Timberlake, after being involved with Cameron Diaz for 3 years from 2003 to 2006, and then Jessica got into the picture. After Timberlake ended things with Cameron Diaz in 2006, he was seen flirting with Jessica's months later. The duo had met when a group of friends came together to snowboard in Park City, Utah. Jessica had just ended things with baseball pro Derek Jeter, so the flirting was a welcomed distraction. 24-year-old Jessica had referred to Timberlake as so cute, and things soon kicked off. In May of 2007, Timberlake revealed that he was so in love with her and wanted to be with her all the time and was ready to be serious. Although they were seen spending almost every spare second together, it became certain they were official when Jessica referred to what they had as her one sparkly present in Christmas 2008. Unfortunately, things became a lot less sparkly the next year. In 2009, there were rumors of their romance coming to an end because they were spending less time together. However, an insider shared that although they were going through a rough patch, they were still going strong. The couple pushed through till March of 2011, when it was confirmed that they had gone their separate ways. The two had been consumed by their differences and mutually reached an agreement to move on. As convincing as the statement seemed, the speculation at the time was that the reason behind their split was Timberlake's Friends with Benefits co-star Mila Kunis. It was believed that Timberlake and Mila had a fling while filming together, but the duo debunked the claim. However, those who followed his 2002 breakup closely started doubting if it was Britney who did wrong. A few months later, Jessica and Timberlake sparked reunion rumors. In August that year, Jessica and Timberlake were seen getting brunch together in Toronto, and rumors of them getting back together began. Nothing was confirmed until November 2011, when Jessica acted coy during an interview with Elle magazine when she was asked if they were back together. Her exact words were, "A girl doesn't kiss and tell." But she didn't have to tell, because a month later, Timberlake proposed to her on their annual vacation to Montana. Less than a year later, they had a private ceremony in southern Italy, and they began their journey to what they believed was forever. Things were going great for the new couple, and they kept their life private, which was the right thing for Timberlake to do after being in the spotlight for so long. They had a child and were leading their drama-free life until 2019. It's ironic that just the year things turned sour, Jessica had opened up about her marriage to the Hollywood star. At the time, they had been married for almost 6 years and the couple were still going strong. Because it was quite rare for a Hollywood couple to stay off the radar and be free of scandals for that long, everyone was curious about the secret to their strength, and Jessica was willing to share. Communication, 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 she shared, was the mantra that kept them going strong. The ability to be honest about how you're feeling and what your needs are, just to be able to communicate really honestly with your partner. That's worked for us so far. I would never want to speak on anyone else's relationship, but that's what we do. Timberlake might have forgotten their mantra when he sparked cheating rumors in 2019. In November that year, he was seen holding hands with Alicia Wainwright, his co-star in the movie Palmer. The actress was also seen resting her hands on his knees during an outing with a group of friends. This action sparked a wild reaction among friends. Many accused Timberlake of cheating, and others accused him of disrespecting his wife. To invalidate the rumors, the Grammy-winning musician said, "A few weeks ago, I displayed a strong lapse in judgment, but let me be clear, nothing happened between me and my co-star. I drank way too much that night, and I regret my behavior. I should have known better. This is not the example I want to set for my son. I apologize to my amazing wife and family for putting them through such an embarrassing situation, and I am focused on being the best husband and father I can be." However, some fans didn't believe it because Timberlake and a cheating scandal was already becoming too rampant. Jessica clearly accepted the apology as she made no statement regarding the matter. They must have resolved whatever rift the incident caused behind closed doors, and they resumed being the envy of their pairs. In 2020, they welcomed another child together. In 2021 to mid-2023, the couple were doing great, celebrating each other's birthdays extravagantly, their 10-year anniversary, and each other's wins. They even got a vow renewed and uploaded Instagram posts where they told each other to run it back, meaning they'd like to restart the relationship from the very beginning. The only notable thing that happened was Timberlake posting a public apology to Britney Spears and Janet Jackson. The award-winning musician had shared that he was deeply sorry for hurting them, and this warmed the hearts of his fans. "I am deeply sorry for the times in my life where my actions contributed to the problem, where I spoke out of turn or didn't speak up for what was right. I understand that I fell short in these moments and many others. I specifically want to apologize to Britney Spears and Janet Jackson, both individually, because I care for and respect these women and I know I failed." After the apology, he further supported Britney in her court hearing to end the conservatorship she had been under since 2008. He wrote in a tweet that it was unfair that she was being restricted from making decisions about her own body. She shared that she was being prevented from having more children during the hearing. He also sent love from him and his wife, showing they were a united front. Timberlake and his family continued living their lives until Britney Spears released her memoir in 2023. In October of 2023, the American musician released her autobiography, and due to the fact that she and Timberlake dated from 1999 to 2002, it wasn't a surprise that he got mentioned. But nobody anticipated the dark secrets she revealed. According to the Every Time singer, she got pregnant in 2001 when she was 19. She was with Timberlake at the time. Since they were both young and not ready to take care of a child, Justin had pushed for her to get rid of it, which she agreed to. It was a surprise. But for me, it wasn't a tragedy. I loved Justin so much, I always expected us to have a family together one day. This would just be much earlier than I anticipated. Spears wrote of the pregnancy in her book. People exclusively confirmed, but Justin definitely wasn't happy about the pregnancy. He said we weren't ready to have a baby in our lives, that we were way too young. Spears continued, "If it had been left up to me alone, I would have never done it. And yet Justin was so sure that he didn't want to be a father." Prior to her revelation, no one knew of this ugly dark side of Timberlake, not even Jessica, who claimed their mantra was communication. She also mentioned that although she had a fling with someone once, towards the end of their relationship, Timberlake had cheated on her numerous times before that. He'd cheat on her with dancers during a tour, and even with another Hollywood star who she refused to mention, confirming everyone's fears that the Mirror's musician was capable of the cheating scandal he was recently accused of. After the truth came to light, it was hard for Jessica to see her husband the same way. She began to compare some of the dynamics of their relationship and questions everything they built together, and that became a severe issue. To their credit, they maintained a unanimous front while going through the muddy waters. But their constant return to couples therapy to keep their marriage afloat showed that there was cause for concern. The couples therapy worked for a bit until everything came spiraling down. It all started when Justin announced that he'd be going on his first world tour since about 5 years ago in support of his new album, Everything I Thought It Was. The tour meant that he would be away from his family for several weeks in spring and summer, and Jessica wasn't too thrilled. Many claimed one of the reasons was the cheating scandal in the past. However, an insider revealed that it was because they had just got out of a rough patch and needed to be together most of the time to strengthen their bond. But the couple came to an agreement after she sent ground rules, which included him coming home more than he'd like and creating room for them on the tour. Things were going great as in May, she officially debunked the claims of them splitting when she told the hosts of The View that she and Justin were always working on their marriage. It's always a work in progress, Jessica said. It's constantly trying to find the balance, trying to find the time we can connect. However, that balance was seriously tilted when Justin was arrested in June. The former boy band was arrested in Sag Harbor, New York for driving while intoxicated. He had gotten arrested after the police tested him for alcohol after seeing him running the stop sign and continuously switching lanes. So besides being charged with one count of DWI, he was issued 2 citations, one for running a stop sign and the other for failure to keep in lane. Although he had argued he had only had 1 martini, and the bartender employees at the hotel he was staying at confirmed that, he spent 9 hours in jail before his wife, who was also shooting a movie in New York, had to come bail him out. Jessica was not too pleased by the DWI, and she looked overtly frustrated when she went to pick him up. An insider shared that a reason she wasn't too happy was because she detested any attention on the family, especially the negative, and Justin was constantly making the headlines. Now that Justin is struggling on all fronts, it's easy to conclude that karma is finally here to take its due. But I want to hear what you think. Kindly let me know in the comments section below, and if you like this video, make sure to click and subscribe, and we hope to see you on the next one.